Hejsa, how are you? Today is a sunny day here in England, or at least where I live. And I thought I would sit here in my little sewing room before it gets too hot. To be honest, it's actually already feeling quite warm in here. I've got the window open, so I don't know if you can hear the birds in our neighbor's trees. And you might also be able to hear the noise from the nearby athletics stadium. I think the schools are having some end of the year sports days or something. Anyway, what I'm fiddling with here is just a silly little project I've been working on. So this year I'm going to the Festival of Quilts, and I thought it would be fun to just have these little, what will become brooches or badges or whatever you want to call it, to give to anyone who might want one. Maybe no one wants one, that's fine. It's just some projects that I'm reusing. So actually 3 different mini quilts that I made a couple of years ago that I decided to cut up and make these brooches. So they're all different, which is quite fun. So I've just got one more I want to finish. So I've drawn rough circles on each and then just sewn around with my free motion foot on my machine. Is it called a free motion foot? Or whatever it's called. It's a little bit difficult to cut through all these layers with this pair of scissors. I don't know if you can see, it's got like a scallop edge, which I quite like. It's just a little bit different than regular pinking shears. Let's just cut this a bit more even. Not that it matters too much. They're supposed to be a little bit sort of rough and ready and wonky. So that's all good. I've sewn brooch pins on all these ones, but I have a few more to sew them onto. Luckily I have a big jar, well it's not that big, but a jar of brooch pins. It's one of those things that I seem to accumulate, because whenever I need a brooch pin for something, I can't find them and I have to buy some more. But now they live in that jar, so they're a bit easier to find. Alright, so now I want to decide how to position the pin. Maybe something like that. Let's go with that. I don't want to think about it too much. And just stitch on the brooch pin. I'm really looking forward to going back to the Festival of Quilts. Last time I went, and so far the only time, was in 2015. So it's been quite a while. I'm just checking that I haven't stitched to the front. So last time I just went to have a look. This time I've actually got 2 quilts on display. Or at least I hope they will display them. So one of them you may have seen in one of my videos where I shared some quilt tops that I found. And I'm hoping to finish them this year. I don't know if I'll finish all of them, but at least one of them is finished. And that's going to Festival of Quilts. And that one I've actually entered in one of the competitions. Not that I have any expectations of winning anything whatsoever. But it doesn't cost extra to take part in the competition, so I thought, well, I might as well. So that quilt, I have quilted it with diagonal lines. Oh no, look. Stitched to the front. I'm going to have to unpick that. Although, I've been thinking of putting on some buttons, so maybe I'll just cover it with a button. No one will ever know. What was I saying? Right, the quilt. I quilted it with diagonal lines 1 inch apart, which sounded like a good idea, and I really loved the result. But it took, I think, almost 20 hours to quilt it, and yeah, there were times where I was questioning my sanity. Alright, so that's the pin stitch on here, so maybe I'll find a button to put on it. Or I might put on some beads. I suppose it could be a combination of beads and buttons. I don't think it would look nice to have huge buttons, and certainly not brown. Don't know why I have so many brown buttons. I don't really like brown. It's not something I really use for anything. How about a yellow button? A yellow and an orange button. Why not? Are you going to Festival of Quilts this year? What are you looking forward to seeing? I think maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing a few friends that I don't see often. Because we live in different parts of the country. Maybe meet some new friends. And of course, seeing all the quilts. I think, if I remember correctly from last time, it actually felt quite overwhelming. I can't remember how many quilts they have on display, but it's certainly several hundred. So that's a lot to take in, and that's why I've decided I'm going 2 days this year. I think I did that last time as well. So then you got time to sort of check things out, and then the second day you can go back and maybe look at things a bit more detail. And you have more time for a little bit of shopping. I don't expect to buy loads. I mean, for one thing, I have to get it home. But we'll see. Now my other quilt is very different. And I guess you would say that it's a political quilt. It started with a couple of panels in, I can't remember, May of 2023, as I was really fed up with our, at that point, Tory government. Not that the current Labour one is a lot better. And I just kept making the panels whenever there was some issue that I wanted to, I don't know, express my frustration with. And then from October 2023, it became more of a, not entirely, but there was one issue that came to the fore more than others, and more often than others. And eventually I had a big stack of these panels and didn't really know what to do with them. I thought about maybe making a textile book, but I thought they should be seen together as a whole. So that's why I decided to make a quilt. And then since I was going to the Festival of Quilts, it just seemed obvious to take it there. So we'll see what the reaction is. I'm actually a little bit nervous about it. Some people seem to think that crafts and politics should be completely separate, and I happen to think that that's just complete nonsense. Because life is political, and crafting is political. Alright, so a couple of buttons and some French knots. Maybe I'll do a couple more French knots. So what do you think of quilts that are maybe not even political, but have some kind of statement on them? Or do you think that quilts should just be pretty things and people should just shut up about their opinions? Alright, I think that's enough. I'm not going to spend loads of time on these. It's just supposed to be a fun little thing that I can give to people, if anyone wants. But who wouldn't want a little colourful thing like this? So if you are at a Festival of Quilts and you see me and you want a brooch, just say hello and I'll happily give you one. Until I run out. I'm just going to make these ones. I'm not sure how many I've made. Oh, 15 or 20. I doubt that I will need that many. Oh. Right. That's one done. Maybe I'll add something to this one. Maybe this one needs some beads. Not sure which colors to use. Maybe something that's a bit of a contrast to the brooch itself. I'm really looking forward to the festival. It's gonna be fun to just spend a couple of days looking at quilts and talking to quilty people. Right, some of the seed beads actually do fit on my needle, to my surprise. I enjoy adding beads to things. Okay, I think that's about enough. I'm just going to add just a bit of stitching across the threads that go through the beads, just so that it sits a bit more flat on the fabric. There we go. That's it. Just some random beads. Random brooches with some random decorations. And now it's just another, what, 15 to stitch. But I'm not going to stitch all of them now. I'm just gonna leave this here and I can go and pick it up whenever I have a little bit of spare time. So thank you for watching, and maybe I'll see you at the Festival of Quilts this year. Have a great day, whatever you're making.